Day 15, last day of work for the year. Yay! So excited. So I get to wear my scarf again today. We had another holiday party and I shortened it and now it is the perfect length. So it's not getting in the way anymore. So we have our tropical lemongrass. It's not my favorite. Ooh, it's got like a rose hippie kind of aftertaste, like hibiscusy. Okay, so welcome to another episode of Vlogmas. Glad to have you back. In this episode, we are going to be finishing the messenger bag and doing some other stuff. I got the Christmas cards in, so I'm going to get all of those addressed. So we have our Bird Street Advent, number 15. And I was editing the part with the candle and laughing at myself. That was such a strong reaction. I did not like that smell. And I was wondering why everything in the box smelled like that. I thought maybe it was the stuff that they washed, like the wool wash that they used on the yarn or something. Ooh, now we're getting into autumn. We have our pretty yellow. That's really pretty. I do like the mix of colors. I'm sorry if I was being negative. I really do like the mix of colors going on here. Just wasn't what I envisioned when I signed up for an autumn calendar. Like I was gonna make all those little leaves and the garland and everything, but I do think all of this is gonna make a beautiful blanket. So that's the plan right now. And I was looking at the lark's foot stitch. I love this stitch. I tried this stitch before and it didn't work very well for me, but I have gained a lot of experience in crochet since then, so we might try that one again because that's beautiful, like if each stripe is a different color. Now I've had problems with trying to get that to work before. Like you will see my joins, and I try and join it right in the corners so that it switches to the new color, but I just have this problem. If I leave ends, it doesn't work out for me. And if I don't leave ends, the knot is like visible on the edge. So put it down in the comments below if you have any tips on how to fix that, how to do that better. I've tried the magic knot, but if I do the magic knot, I don't know exactly where it's gonna line up so that I can start the next row on the next color cleanly. So that's kind of annoying. I would like to know how to do that if we wind up doing the lark's foot stitch. Oh, and then somebody just did the moss stitch one, which was also very pretty. So that seems like it would be fun. But yeah, I just love the lark's foot stitch. It's so beautiful. So that's the current plan for the blanket. Let me show you the hat. We have made some progress on the hat. The only problem is it looks very funky. It looks like a cover you would make for like one of those gourd instruments, if that makes any sense, or like an Oompa Loompa. So I like the pattern itself. I just don't like this. So because the pattern is so tight, this doesn't like flop and flow the way I would want it to. So any thoughts? Any thoughts? I thought I would just keep going for a while and see what it looks like when I get a little bit longer and it's a little bit floppier, but I have a feeling I should just cut that off and make it like a normal hat and just give up the idea of the Schwartz hat because I like the pattern so much as it is that I don't really want to muddy it up or make it try and be something it's not. So I might just be satisfied with that. I could also try making some fingerless gloves. I do have a pattern for that, so we'll try that out. And what else? I don't know what else I'm up to in this video. We'll probably be baking something, finishing up the messenger bag, and getting started on the next thing. So several things I have to do over my break. We have that last bag to do. I'm going on a garden tour with my sister, doing some scrapbooking. That's like one of my goals for next year is to catch up on, I feel like I didn't do any scrapbooking last year. I've got to finish the COVID album, and then we've done like several vacations that I haven't scrapped, and I don't think I scrapped last Christmas either. Like I have a whole album of just Christmas. Christmases through the years. I think we're on our third album now of Christmases through the years. So I really need to catch up because I'm really far behind. I'm like over a year behind now. So I've got, yeah, like over a year, I think. Oh, it might be 2 years. I might be 2 years behind at this point. And I love scrapbooking, but this whole year of bags thing just kind of took over my life. So I plan on doing some more things like that in the coming year. We also have some garmenty things that we're going to make. I have a pair of PJs I need to make, and what else? I can't remember, but lots of stuff planned for next year. Oh, and I have to go through all the fabric scraps from all the bags we recently made and pick what we're going to make with those. I was thinking a lot of the Harrelson bags, and I think I've only got one Maya wristlet left from the batch that we made towards the end of the year. So I gotta make some more of those. Those were really popular. So I think that's a good one. The crossbody bag, and what else? I don't know. We'll have to go through the patterns and see what we can do, and then just start making multiples of things. I've got a list of things that I want to make, like the zippy envelope from Lori Holt. I'd like to make some more of those. And then, yeah, we could take a look at those coin purses too. So, lots to do over the break, but that's not going to be in this video. This video, we are going to be finishing our Widget Messenger Bag by So Sweetness in that beautiful Tula Pink black and white fabric. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and make yourself a cup of tea or chocolate, hot chocolate, coffee, whatever you like. Curl up on the couch and let's finish this bag. Okay, we got our Christmas cards. Yay. Very cute. We seem to never really go with the traditional Christmas colors for these. I think it's just the way it's been working out the last few years. I wind up picking a pattern that's not very Christmassy, but yay! Oh, that's like a big giant one. So we have a picture of us from our trip to the Pacific Northwest and our two doggies. So this is Oreo and Lucy. And if you're confused, my husband's last name is Beck. I kept my maiden name, which is Kane, but these are all thick. That's very interesting. I don't know if we paid extra for that or what. This was just the normal choice. They're like so thick. Okay. And then we got address labels because they're not pre-labeled. Like the envelopes we ordered from Costco in the past. You've been able to label your return address on the envelope, but we were not able to do that with Shutterfly without paying a ton of money. So we just got plain envelopes and some labels to put on them. Okay, we are back at it. I had to run to Joann's and grab some more black thread because I'm almost out. And then I saw that they had little pom-poms. So I'm going to try this and attach it to my Schwartz hat. So we'll see how that goes. I didn't really fancy the idea of trying to make a pom-pom. And this one looks snowbally enough that we can do that. Okay, so now we have the weird part, as if it wasn't weird already yet. We are going to have to do this weird piece that gets attached. Unfortunately, the way that my fabric was, I had to cut this out the wrong direction. So what? Maybe this way? So it's not quite going to line up, but we will do our best. Okay, so this is the weird part where we have to put the inside with the inside of this all the way around, because we're kind of bridging the gap between this front pocket and the other pocket. So we're going to have to mark our quarter markings just like we did earlier. Uh-oh. Oh man, I did that wrong. I was supposed to attach that first before we did the grommet, duh, because the grommet has to go through both pieces. And now I glued it down. Oh no, and I went out to lunch. Oh no. Oh crap. Oh, how did I do that wrong? Was I supposed to sew the zipper onto this one already too? Was I supposed to do the same thing? I'm so confused. I think I was supposed to do the front zipper at that time as well. Okay, well, let's see if we can take this out. Let's see if the glue's set already or not. I thought I had that all figured out. Phew! Okay, it does come out, which means even though it's been a couple of hours, we are not completely screwed, which is good. Okay, so basically I was supposed to do the other zipper panel just like we did for the main one before I did this part. So the hole is still good, it's still in the right place. We just weren't supposed to do that yet. Okay. Phew! Okay, so basically we're going to do the same thing we did with everything else. We're going to make our markings. We're going to make our other zipper panel. And then, after we do everything we just did with the other zipper panel, then we're going to turn it right side out and put the grommet in. Just a little ahead of myself there. Now, the only problem I'm going to have, remember how I said it didn't look far enough in to account for the seam allowance? That's because we were already supposed to have done the seam. So now the only thing I'm worried about is that that's going to be too close to the grommet now. So that will be the challenge. See where we end up if I have to cut this whole thing out or not. Okay, now we are back to the grommet. I thought I dodged a bullet because we managed to put it in farther because I thought it was weird that it was that far out. And now the only question is the glue in the screw holes too far gone for this to work? Okay, so I'm basically going to cut a hole in the lining, matching the hole we have on the exterior here. Okay, so now we have our weird cutout piece that's gonna attach to this guy. But you would think that you're attaching it this way, but no, you're attaching it this way. So it has to be this part of it that's being attached. Let me just make sure I have it the right direction. Okay, I'm glad I'm watching the video as I go. So basically, we need to make sure this end is under when we sew it to our cell phone pocket. So we're going to be sewing not just this outer edge, we're going to be sewing this inner edge, and we're going to need that seam allowance. Let me open it up. We're going to need that seam allowance to be pressed under so that when we sew that, you just see the lining fabric, you don't see the edge. So she suggests gluing it down as we go here. I don't think I need to glue it down. I ironed it down pretty well, and I think I can just guide that with my machine because I don't know where my glue stick is, and all I have is like the 3-in-1 glue, which I feel is going to be gloopy. And I don't want this to get gloopy. So we are going to pin around the outer edge here, but just know that we're going to sew the inner edge first. Okay, so because I did this zipper panel first, it's now the wrong way around. So I was supposed to attach it to this. So this zipper part should be against here and not the other way around. I don't know that I really want to tear it apart at this point or if it really matters. Yeah, I don't know that it really matters. If the zipper's in the back here, I really don't want to redo the entire thing. Yeah, I really don't want to redo the entire thing. I feel like that's a little crazy. So that's slightly annoying. Obviously the zipper in the front would have made more sense for the zipper to be right here and not in the back. I don't think it makes that big of a difference, especially at this point. It's just going to be madness to try and sew that differently. So I really, really don't want to do that. So we're just going to move forward as we are and attach the other one. What's interesting about this pattern is it's kind of like doing 3 gussets by the time you're done here. So the reason I was supposed to do it the other way was so that we would have the zipper, we would have this on the outside, this would have been here to turn the bag around. So we are no longer turning the bag around through that. We're going to have to turn the bag around through the lining. We're just going to go with the flow here. I'm just going to do it. There's nothing else I could do now. So I'm going to leave a hole in the bottom as per usual to turn the bag out with. So we're not going to get to do it the fancy way, although part of me says that that pocket wasn't going to be big enough to birth anything out of anyway. Okay. And it was easier to sew it with this panel down. So even though I'm pinning it this direction right now, I'm going to go ahead and sew it the other direction. So I'm going to flip these around actually. I've already clipped into these corners, but I feel like they need some more clipping. Okay. Now I don't know how I'm supposed to get this out of this little teeny hole. It would have been the same in the pocket as well. So, yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. I guess I should go for the very inside first. How's that gonna work? I don't think that is gonna work, is it? I'm so confused right now. So I have to get this center panel out, but there's no way to do this. Oh, I'm gonna cry. This might be the one bag I didn't finish, and not even for a good reason, just because I'm an idiot. Okay.
One eternity later.
Yay, okay. We got the shoulders through. Yay. Okay. Turn that all inside out. Okay. Yay! Oh, for a minute there I was really worried that I had screwed the pooch. Okay. The hard part is going to be sewing up this hole in the lining, which is going to be very visible because it's at the top. But like that's the only way we could do it. And I have a few pulled stitches there. Oh, I'm so relieved. I seriously thought that I had done something super wrong and that it wasn't going to come out. We pulled it off at the last second. And now we just got to sew this closed. We have a pocket to sew closed now because we thought we were birthing through the pocket. Yay! Oh, there we go. So there's the front. I'm going to have to press the heck out of this thing, that's for sure. We got to poke out all of our edges. We've got to iron everything. But for the majority, it looks very, very cool. I'm glad I did the stripes all the way around. So I think that's pretty cool. Okay. Oh. So I don't think we're top stitching or anything, so I'm not sure how this is supposed to hold its shape. You know? I'm not sure. Plus, I've got a few holes here where things are poking out. So I really would like to top stitch it. I mean, I can't really, I'm just gonna have to go in and sew that a little bit. Is that open? Okay, that's not open. It's a little bit open right there. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. This one's definitely open. Well, good thing this bag was meant for me in the first place. It looked like everything was sewn well. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, it's just me at this point who has to live with this bag, so I think I'm just happy it turned out. So we already did our strap. That's why I do it ahead of time, so that I don't have to deal with that. We are gonna do our over under thing. Okay, it worked, it worked, it worked. Oh my goodness. So, once again, no problem with the pattern. The problem was all me. I sewed it together wrong. So we basically have this nice big zipper that comes out. Where's my cell phone? Oh. And has this pocket here. If I had my headphones in, I could string them through the grommet. Super cool. Could put our pen in here. So it's kind of like a mini backpack. Uh-oh, got some things showing there. And yes, this is my purse. I figured these last two patterns were going to be so convoluted that there was no chance I was going to have one that was going to sell. So definitely, you know, definitely my purse. So you got that. Now normally this zipper panel would have been right here. I kind of like it not being right there, but obviously that kind of messes with the structure of the purse. Yay, there we go. Okay, so I just don't know how this is supposed to lie flat. I mean, obviously it doesn't lie flat because this whole panel sticks up. But as far as making sure these panels are pushed out all the way, I don't know how that's supposed to work. Maybe I'll just use some clips, but nevertheless, it is done. Uh-oh. I think I got my handle twisted. No. Yay. Okay, so the nightmare's over. So one more project left after this, and it'll be just as convoluted as this, I think. It's just a question of the front connector that seems to be the thing everybody struggles with. So let's add it all up. Check this sucker off. Okay. 9 hours, which is about what I figured it would take to make this bag. So yeah, I don't think this will be in the product line either, but I just wanted to make it. I bought it a long time ago, and I bought this fabric a long time ago, so I'm glad that it's an actual bag now. Yeah, I think we'll just use some clips along the outside here to kind of make these panels stick up a little more. Yay, okay. Not too bad. Okay, I have my peppermint mocha all ready to go and look at some holiday lights. Yay! Here we have our post-party refresh. It smells very herby, hibiscusy also. Very woodsy. I don't like that one. Okay, we're coming down to the last of our advents. And this one might be the pattern. I don't know. Let's take a look here. What is this one? Oh, it's a bag. Very pretty. It's like a little tote bag with the Bird Street logo. Very cute. Something to put all of our yarn in when we're done. Okay, let's take a look at our finished bag. It's super cute. I did use the clips to kind of define our shape a little bit more. Got my tag in the back. I still have to iron it. It's very wavy. But we've got all of our pockets. I love the stripes. I just love the stripes all over the place. Since this is my bag now, I might just shorten the handle. Sucks to waste all that fabric, but I'm probably never going to use this as a crossbody because I don't like wearing crossbodies. So I'll probably just make this like a normal shoulder handle. I feel like this in a larger size would be great as like a book bag for school because you have the front panel with room for your pens and stuff, and you could fit a laptop, you know, if you made it big enough, you could fit a laptop and books and notebooks and stuff for school. So I think that would be cute. I have to see if anybody's done that. I feel like you'd have to blow up the pattern pieces so big that they would no longer fit on paper. So you'd pretty much have to get it printed at like 14, 11 by 17 size paper. So there's always a danger when you blow something up too big that you're not going to be able to print it out any longer. So that's the only problem with that. But super cute. I'm very happy to have this one done. There was a lot of user error in this, even with the step-by-step video. At some point I stopped watching the video and started making the bag, and then I didn't go back and watch the steps of the video, or else I would have known to sew this zipper panel on first, this zipper panel on second. I wouldn't have had all the problems I had with the gusset and the zipper panels, I mean with the grommet and the zipper panels, if I just watched the video all the way through. So that was all on me, not on the pattern. But I do feel like it's a little complex of a pattern for this size bag. 9 hours, it's a lot of fabric, a lot of hardware, and I just don't think it's viable to make for, for the shop. But I'm very glad that I finally made it, and we used the Tula Pink fabric, which I love. So it's just one of those things where I've been collecting things for years and meaning to make them. It's kind of like the crochet patterns. I just, crochet pattern, and I download it and I print it out and I save it, and eventually I will make it. So that's what this year has been all about, is me just going through all of those things that I've printed and saved and set aside fabric for, so that they're not just sitting there not being made or not being used. So that was the whole point of this year. So I'm very glad that I made all of these bags, and we've got one more complicated one to go next. So stay tuned for that. I am thoroughly enjoying my time at home right now. It's gonna start raining any day, so it looks like it's gonna be some rainy couch time. And I do have a book, one of the books that I bought in Oregon a couple years ago at the Fancy Pals bookstore. I bought some fancy editions of some children's books like Little Women and Anne of Green Gables. I love Anne of Green Gables. I love the Canada miniseries. I used to watch that all the time as a kid, but I've never actually read the book. So I bought the book, and my plan is to read it. So I've got lots of little nesting things to do at home. So if it's raining, I will just enjoy looking at the rain from the comfort of my home. We do want to go out and do a few restaurants because I got a few gift cards. So want to go do that, maybe do some brunches somewhere. So that'll be fun. So we might venture out in the rain for that. But other than that, we're going to be doing some holiday lights and hopefully walking around Naples. That's a cute little town that I've shown. I don't know if I've shown it before. I don't know that we did it last year. Can't remember if we filmed it last year. But it's this little canal neighborhood in Long Beach, and everybody decorates their house, and you just walk up and down the canal. You can also do a boat tour, which is cool. I want to do that one year. And yeah, so I don't know if it's going to be raining or if we'll be able to go do that at some point, but I will share that with you as well. So I hope you are having a wonderful week, and hope to see you back here for the next episode when I think we're doing the garden next. So stay tuned for that. Love you, friends. Bye.